Another week is almost behind us, but the transfer window continues to dominate headlines and keep fans on the edge of their seats. While Manchester United's fierce rivals Liverpool have just pulled off what many are calling the biggest signing of the summer, things remain quiet on the red side of Manchester. No new signings have arrived to strengthen the squad, and the fans are growing more and more impatient. In less than 10 days, Ruben Amorim and his players are expected to regroup and begin their pre-season preparations for the new campaign. But with how things are going right now, the Portuguese coach can't be satisfied. He wants to have a stable squad as soon as possible so he can implement his tactical plans smoothly, and for that to happen, INEOS will need to pick up the pace. So let us take a look at some of the most talked about Manchester United transfer stories from June 22. Monaco's interest in Onana factor fiction. According to a report from French outlet El Quipe, Monaco are urgently searching for a new goalkeeper. Their current options, Radosław Majecki and Philippe Kane, simply haven't met expectations. As a result, the club has shortlisted two potential replacements, Manchester United's André Onana and Chelsea's Georgi Petrovi. This immediately sparked rumours that the Cameroonian goalkeeper might be on his way out of Old Trafford, potentially to make way for Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez or the latest rumoured target, Marco Garnacho. However, Fabrizio Romano, the go-to source for transfer news, has offered a more grounded perspective. According to Romano, sources close to Monaco have denied any genuine interest in Onana and have stated clearly that the club has no intention of submitting a bid. So what does this mean? For now, Onana's future still lies at Old Trafford. Coach Ruben Amorim seems intent on giving him opportunities, and rightly so. While it is true that United haven't ruled out a possible sale of their 1996-born shotstopper, there has been no aggressive pursuit from any club so far.
Combine that with INEOS' current budget constraints, and it makes sense why keeping Onana remains the club's most practical move, unless, of course, a massive offer suddenly appears that could fund a move for a new keeper.
Antony determined to join Real Betis. Let us move on to Antony. Reports from the UP suggest that the Brazilian winger is fully committed to leaving Manchester United during the 2025 summer transfer window after realizing he is not part of Ruben Amorim's plans. In fact, he is even willing to take a 30% pay cut to make it happen, dropping his weekly wage from to around. That new figure would be far more manageable for many European clubs. Currently, Real Betis are leading the race for his signature. However, financial hurdles are making the deal complicated. Betis are only able to offer a loan deal or a partial purchase of his rights, neither of which appeal to United. Despite this, Antony's recent performances have caught attention and more clubs are getting involved. According to Fabrizio Romano, Italian side Como, now under the management of Cesc Fabregas, have joined the hunt. But Antony has made it clear his heart is set on returning to Real Betis, where he just enjoyed a highly successful loan spell and became a fan favorite.
While there have been inquiries from Juventus, Real Sociedad, Atletico Madrid, and Premier League sides Brentford and Aston Villa, it seems Antony is only interested in Betis.
That said, United have taken a firm stance, they're only willing to let him go via a permanent transfer, not another loan. With so many clubs showing interest, United will carefully consider every offer to secure the highest return possible. That money will then go toward strengthening the squad in other areas, like their second key target, Bryan Mbeumo, a deal they've yet to close, even as pre-season rapidly approaches. Rasmus Højlund open to Inter Milan move. Not long ago, The Athletic reported that coach Amorim planned to give Rasmus Højlund a fair shot during pre-season to prove his progress and potentially save the club from having to spend on a new striker. But things may be changing. According to Italian paper Corriere dello Sport, the Danish forward is feeling overwhelmed by the pressure at Old Trafford. As a result, he is considering a move away, potentially returning to the Serie A where he first made his name with Atalanta. Inter Milan are the frontrunners. They're hopeful that Højlund's desire to leave will help facilitate the transfer. First though, Inter want to offload Marco Arnautovic before approaching United with a formal offer. United for their part aren't in a rush to sell. But if Inter want him, they'll need to pay enough to ensure that INEOS turns a profit on their investment. Any funds raised would then go toward bringing in a higher caliber striker from their shortlist. For Inter, the signing would give new coach Christian Chivu another quality option in attack, alongside incoming striker João Muaz from Parma. For Højlund, it could be a much-needed fresh start in a league he knows well. Sancho's future, a move to Napoli. One of the biggest questions surrounding Manchester United this summer has been the future of Jadon Sancho. After a failed return to Chelsea, reportedly due to disagreements over wages, Sancho was left looking for a new club. Borussia Dortmund, his former team, said no to bringing him back. That leaves just a couple of serious options, both in Serie A, Napoli and Juventus. According to Italian media, it looks like Sancho has made his decision, he wants to join Napoli, the reigning Serie A champions. Head coach Antonio Conte has reportedly reached out to Sancho personally, and this move seems to have reignited the English winger's motivation to resolve his future quickly. Personal terms are nearly finalized. The only remaining obstacle is whether Napoli are willing to pay United's asking price of €25 million, which they currently view as too high. United, however, want to wrap this up quickly. Clearing Sancho's elite salary would give the club much more room to maneuver in negotiations and would also help reset the wage structure and club culture, something Ruben Amorim is said to be deeply focused on. United might be forced to lower Garnacho's price. Manchester United Haven team made much progress in the transfer market, whether it is buying or selling. While we're still waiting for updates on potential signings like Brian Mbeumo or other targets, the real issue seems to be the club's struggle to offload surplus players. The main problem? High asking prices and even higher wages. One name at the center of the dilemma is Alejandro Garnacho. Despite his potential, he has been labeled as too expensive. Reports suggest that INEOS have priced the Argentine winger who came through the Carrington Academy at $2 million. But that figure is proving to be a turn-off for many clubs. Garnacho, born in 2004, reportedly wants to stay in the Premier League and isn't interested in moving to other European leagues. With that limitation and the financial resistance from other teams, United may be forced to lower his valuation significantly. The new expected range? Around $2 million. That's a sharp drop and one that could disrupt United's overall transfer strategy. Garnacho has generated a lot of interest across the Premier League, but because United are in a tricky position where they need to sell before they can buy, rival clubs are now in a stronger position to negotiate and lowball. Even so, INEOS will try to get the best possible deal. The one big advantage Garnacho offers is his low wage, which makes it easy for interested clubs to agree on personal terms. At this point, it is all about settling on the right transfer fee. B&R's exit is inevitable. In recent days, both French and British media have reported that Monaco approached André Onana's representatives to discuss a potential transfer. But as we discussed earlier, Onana seems determined to stay at Old Trafford. He is prepared to fight for his place and meet the high demands set by coach Ruben Amorim. So if Onana is staying, the focus shifts to another goalkeeper, Altay Bayandar. The 1998-born Turkish shot-stopper is widely expected to leave this summer. Multiple clubs in Turkey, including Galatasaray, Beşiktaş, Trabzonspor, and his former team Fenerbahçe, are reportedly interested. Bayandar has found playing time hard to come by and wants a fresh start. For United, selling him would free up space and wages, giving Amorim a chance to bring in a younger, more competitive backup for Onana. It isn't clear exactly how much United can make from this transfer, but expectations aren't particularly high. The goal is less about making a profit and more about creating a healthy competition for the starting role. Amorim wants every player in the squad to be pushed to their limit, especially in a position as crucial as goalkeeper. Conte praises United's former star a tactical move. Now let us talk about something a little different but equally important, the impact of United's former player Scott McTominay. After a sensational season at Napoli, where he played a key role in dethroning Inter Milan and helping Napoli secure the Serie A title, McTominay is finally getting the recognition many felt he deserved. According to manager Antonio Conte, McTominay was the best signing of the season. The Scottish midfielder scored 12 goals and provided 6 assists in 34 appearances, including 6 crucial goals in the last 7 matches of the campaign. His performances were instrumental in Napoli's successful title run. Conte even expressed surprise that Manchester United let go of such a valuable player. His praise seemed heartfelt, but it may also have a strategic motive. Why? Because Napoli are reportedly eyeing more United players, including Garnacho and Jadon Sancho. Conte's glowing words about McTominay might just be a clever way to build a relationship with United and smooth the path for future transfers. Napoli are serious about defending their Serie A title and making a splash in the UEFA Champions League. Adding more talent from Manchester United could give them the extra edge they need. Manchester United's transfer puzzle, time is ticking. As the days fly by and pre-season approaches, Manchester United still have plenty of unfinished business. From potential departures to new arrivals, the club is juggling multiple storylines, with pressure building on the board, the manager and of course, the fans. Let us recap where things stand. André Onana remains at the club for now. Despite rumors linking him with Monaco, reliable sources like Fabrizio Romano have debunked those claims. Amorim still trusts the Cameroonian and plans to make him a central part of his strategy moving forward unless, of course, an offer too good to refuse comes along. Meanwhile, United continue to wrestle with the Antony situation. The Brazilian winger wants a permanent move to Real Betis and has even agreed to take a 30% pay cut to make it happen. But with several other clubs now showing interest, including Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Premier League sides, it is shaping up to be a competitive bidding war. United have made it clear, loan deals are off the table, only a full sale will be considered. Then there's Rasmus Højlund. Once seen as a long-term solution up front, he is now reportedly open to a move back to Serie A, this time with Inter Milan. The Italian side wants £2, but United won't let him go unless they recover a significant chunk of the fee they originally paid. Inter must sell Marco Arnautovic before making their move. At the same time, Jadon Sancho is inching closer to a Napoli move, reportedly encouraged by direct contact from coach Antonio Conte. With wages of over a week, Sancho's departure would significantly ease the wage bill, something that could allow United to pursue other targets more aggressively. The sticking point. Napoli thinks Euro 25 million is too steep, and United don't want to lower the asking price too much. Altay Bayandar, meanwhile, is expected to exit the club soon. The Turkish goalkeeper has no future at Old Trafford, and several clubs in Turkey are showing interest. His sale won't bring in big money, but it could make room for a young, promising understudy to André Onana, something Amorim reportedly wants to resolve before the new season begins. Alejandro Garnacho is another name in the mix, though for all the wrong reasons. While the young Argentine has real potential, INEOS' current valuation, 2 million, has drawn criticism and little real interest. Garnacho wants to stay in England, which limits options further. Unless United lower the price to around million, they may be stuck holding onto a player they'd rather cash in on. It's a tricky situation, especially considering that United need to sell before they can buy. What's next for INEOS and Amorim? With so many moving pieces, the next few weeks will be decisive. Ruben Amorim is a manager known for clarity and structure, and he has already made it clear he wants a settled squad as early as possible. That means outgoings must be finalized fast so United can turn their attention to key signings. The biggest priority? Reinforcing the squad with players who fit Amorim's tactical vision. Bryan Mbeumo remains a target, but the club has yet to make significant progress. Other rumored names have floated around, but without player sales, United simply don't have the financial flexibility to make serious offers. Meanwhile, the broader goal, set by both Amorim and INEOS, isn't just about rebuilding the squad. It's about reshaping the culture at Manchester United. That includes resetting the wage structure, tightening squad discipline, and giving opportunities to players who buy into the project, both mentally and tactically. Amorim doesn't want a bloated squad full of high earners with unclear roles. He wants balance, hunger, and clarity. That's why players like Antony, Sancho, and even Jadon may be allowed to leave, because this new era at Old Trafford isn't just about raw talent, but the right mindset too. A final note on Napoli's interest. Napoli, fresh off a historic Scudetto win, are clearly looking at Old Trafford as a prime hunting ground. After the massive success of Scott McTominay, who scored 12 goals and delivered 6 assists in 34 games, manager Antonio Conte hasn't held back his admiration. Conte praised McTominay as a crucial piece in breaking Inter's dominance and leading Napoli to glory.
His comments may seem complimentary, but they likely carry an ulterior motive, to open the door for more transfers from Manchester United.
Reports suggest Napoli are keen on Garnacho and Sancho, two players who may become available this summer. If United are serious about selling, Napoli could become a strategic partner, offering a Champions League stage and competitive football under a respected manager. And with Sancho already in talks and Garnacho's valuation under review, this relationship could evolve quickly. Final thoughts. As the summer window heats up, Manchester United find themselves at a crossroads. The new era under Ruben Amorim and INEOS promises big changes, but with limited funds and a lot of deadweight still on the books, the road ahead won't be smooth. Deals need to be done smartly and quickly. Players like Onana, Antony, Sancho, Garnacho, Jadon, and Bayandar all face uncertain futures. And for each move made, the knock-on effect could dramatically shape the rest of the transfer strategy. One thing is clear, Manchester United can't afford to stand still. The pre-season countdown has begun, and fans are watching closely. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Which players should stay and who should move on? Do you agree with Amorim's vision? We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please support the channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.